Happy holidays, everyone. I hope you all had a fantastic holiday season. Whatever you celebrate, I hope that it was a great time for you and your family and friends, and that you got what you wanted in these hard times. It's very hard for everyone now to try to live up to the Christmas spirit. I know when I came back over here, I didn't even feel like it was Christmas, even when it was Christmas Eve. Because when I looked around, the only place that was really lit up for Christmas was the church. Everywhere else was just kind of like, it's Christmas, but we have no money, so why should we have a big tree and lots of lights to raise our electricity bill? I was Santa Claus this year, and it was a lot of fun to give gifts to my family and friends and see, just, to have that little bit of happiness for them this season. So I had a good time, but also I made out like a bandit because I had just used quantity of money in all these Amazon sales, and so it was a very Merry Christmas for me, and I would like to show you the things I got for Christmas this year, as I have done before, and also update you on a few things that will be happening in the new year on Melina Pendulum. The biggest gift to myself was the Nook color. I finally upgraded from my first generation Nook, and I love it. I got this pink cover that says, "Women are meant to be loved, not understood." Oscar Wilde quote. Because I love Oscar Wilde, and I got to see his grave, which was awesome, even though it was under renovation. But I got it, and I really love this device. Like, at first I was very reluctant to get it because of the backlight and everything. And I was thinking about getting the Kindle, but then the Kindle does not have an expandable hard drive. And I'm just thinking, why am I going to just get a system that can only use a certain amount of space, and then I fill it up? Even if the chances of me filling it up are slim, I like to have the extra space. So this had enough space for me to do everything I wanted with it. I love the way the color looks. Let's see. Right now my background is the beautiful Emma Watson. Isn't she pretty? I love you, Emma. Ender's Game. I will not be reading the sequels because I have been warned by multiple people that it's not worth the time, effort, or energy. And since the movie is coming out, I wanted to get it before it got that stupid, new trailer cover that is really obnoxious. And I got Carrie Marie Mooning's Dark Fever, which is the first book in that series. I told you before I got the third book before I had read the first one. So I got this off Amazon, and I'm excited to read it because I really like the third book. I like to go back to the beginning and really get to the core of the series. The Sailor V comics, and I finished reading them, and I love this story. It reminds me so much of the first season of Sailor Moon. It's that kind of like humorous. It's almost like filler, I would say. It is filler. It really does explore Mina's character and who Sailor V is, and I always thought it was interesting, when you read Sailor Moon, she just comes in and she knows everything, and she's kind of like the most, she's the most powerful scout, second to Sailor Moon, and so it was just really, well, from the inner Sailor Scouts anyway, and so it's interesting to just see her story and see like how her and Artemis met and all that kind of background information, because we don't get that in the Sailor Moon comics. She just comes in and it's like, oh, she's Sailor V and she's awesome. So this was really good backstory. First two Sailor Moon books that are out, and when I saw these, I was so happy. I have the poster on my wall because I was just so happy. I love Sailor Moon, and I also got other posters. I got Being Human and Avengers. I got Bunny Drop, also known as Usagi Drop, because I love the anime. It was so cute. So I knew that I had to read the manga, and people tell me the manga has like a different ending that's really, really upsetting, and so I need to know what it is, but I didn't want any spoilers because I don't want it to ruin the anime for me. Fables, March of the Wooden Soldiers, which I've been trying to get for a long ass time. I got Batman Hush because I'm really, really interested to see what happens in this novel because of everything I've heard about it. And I got Empowered Volume 2, which is kind of like my guilty pleasure, weird, just comic. It's really, really cheesy and kind of bad, but at the same time, I enjoy it, so I get it. Gone with the Wind, Bridget Jones' Diary, which I have never seen. The First Wife Club, because I love this movie. I love all of these ladies. I got Space Jam because I like Space Jam, even though it's a really bad movie. I got the Pride and Prejudice digitally restored TV special because this is the best adaptation of Pride and Prejudice, and the Keira Knightley version can suck balls. And I got the Boondocks, the complete first season, which I'm really excited for because this is... I love all the seasons of it, but there's just something about this season that I enjoy because it concentrates more on Huey and Riley, and I always love them two the most, and their storylines the most out of anybody else in the show. The Witches, which was, as a child, the scariest movie I had ever seen. I got Batman Under the Red Hood, so I finally have a official edition of this instead of my DVD copy. Rodgers and Hammerstein's Cinderella, you know, I love this movie. The Prince is so much fun. Like, whoever thinks Asian men aren't attractive, they wrong, because he was mucho delicioso. Okay. Moesha, the first season, which... I ate this up. I was so happy because I was just watching this show on YouTube and thinking, why isn't this out on DVD yet? And then 2 weeks later, it was out on DVD. So I'm really excited to like watch this again. Sabrina the Teenage Witch season 1. Always excited to that because I love Sabrina. This was my childhood along with Boy Meets World. I got season 2. Really excited to watch that. More Topanga. The complete collection of Dead Like Me, which I'm really excited to watch because everyone tells me this is a great series, so I have high expectations. I hope that they live up to it, but I think it will because it seems like a really strong series from what I've heard. I got the first 3 seasons of Slayers. Like, you don't understand, I love Slayers. It's one of my favorite animes of this type. Living Single, which I watched this when I was a little kid with my mom, and I remember laughing my ass off. And now that I'm an adult, I watch it now, and I laugh harder because now I really get the jokes. And it was such a progressive show for its time, and I just think it's made me sad that this would probably have never been made now and put on a major network that wasn't BET. Wonder Falls, which I saw clips of it and I was really interested in seeing it. It's another show that was canceled before its time. I got Clueless and Mean Girls because, you know, it's like 2 pieces of my childhood. You know, Clueless from when I was like a kid, and this from when I was a younger teenager. So it's like the 2, you know, Heather-ish stories of my youth. 2nd season of Merlin, because I saw the 1st season and the 4th season, and I just want to catch up and know everything else. So I'm really excited to watch this because this is when the Guinevere and Arthur starts, and I'm so excited because that's my OTP on the show. And it's before Morgana gets all cliche and evil, so that is also a plus. Blade trilogy, only for Blade 1 and 2, but I got it, and I am looking forward to rewatching this because I've only seen both of these movies once, and I have very vague memories of it. So I'm looking forward to rewatching this and really getting how it brought back the comic book movie genre to what we have today. I mean, now we're having an Avengers movie. Who would have thunk? You know, and the 1st season of Dark Angel, because oddly enough, I've heard really good things about this. I was kind of doubtful. I'm just like, it's got Jessica Alba in it, but they're just like, no, it's really good. And I'm just thinking, you know, it was like only like $8. I'm just like, whatever, I'll just try it out. Lost in Austin, which I thought would just be interesting, just because my friend really recommended this to me, and it was cheap, so I thought, you know what the heck. And Alex Kingston's in it, and you know, I love my River song, y'all. Sweep, the first 3 books in the series. I love the Sweep series. It is one of my favorite YA Wicca type books, and I am glad it's like in this omnibus edition now, so I can just have them all match, because I hate when I have like the versions of it that clash. Like I have the fancy ones that have like the brown cover, and I have the older one, and I'm just like, I need them all to match, or I get really, really agitated. It's called Akita Witch, and it was recommended by Ursula K. Le Guin. So if Ursula K. Le Guin says to try this, Melina gonna do it, because Ursula K. Le Guin is the boss. And it has a person of color lead. It's kind of based on Nigerian folklore, which I'll just kind of like, praise the Lord. You know, how many pseudo-medieval time periods do we need to go into really at this point? So I'm looking forward to reading this. You know, it came really highly recommended. So Fire Emblem Shadow Dragon, which is like the only video game I bought in like ages, because I love Fire Emblem. It is probably one of my favorite series of RPG games. Finally, I got The Hollows Insider by Kim Harrison as a testament to how much I like this series. I like this series so much I bought the guidebook. I never buy guidebooks for shows because I don't need them, because I have a brain and I have Wikipedia. But I love Kim Harrison so much, and the Hollow series. I bought the guidebook. I wanted to say about upcoming for the next year. I have a lot of DVD complete seasons that I'm going to talk about and review and comment on, along with a whole bunch of books. And the first video I'll be doing for the new year will be a complete review of the entire series of Buffy the Vampire Slayer. So that will be really exciting, and it'll be fun to talk about, and I'm kind of going through what I want to say about it now. So that's a definite. I'm also going to be doing for this year the best and worst books that I've read this year. Not necessarily that have to been published this year, but what have I read of this year. So that'll be coming out soon, probably in the next 2 days, because, you know, there's only that much left in December. And there have been some videos that I have deleted. And I'm not deleting them just because other people. I deleted them because I watched them over and I felt like the arguments I was making were either outdated, my ideas have changed, or I thought of a better way to say what I was saying then now. So if there have been videos that you think have been missing, they're slowly disappearing because I'm getting rid of them and putting in new material. The classic, most popular ones are going to be there. Don't worry about it. But other ones, I'm kind of going to like take them down, put newer ones with those ideas, but better. Because now I feel I make stronger arguments, and I want to make sure that all my ideas are built on logic and not just my emotion and how I just feel about things, even though that's important as well. But that's why, like the race video I brought it down, because I watched them just thinking, you know, my arguments are really jumbled. I'm not really saying everything I need to say in a really concise way. So I'm going to be redoing that. It'll be published, put up soon. So if you're wondering where they're going, don't worry, they're not gone for good. I can't believe it's, nearly 4 years? Damn. Some of you have been following me from the beginning. To all of you. Because you guys are my gift. I really enjoy being with you and talking with you guys, you know. Even when we disagree or we don't have the same characters, we argue back and forth, I do enjoy having that input, and the fact that you most of the time are like so respectful, and that even when you disagree with me, you back up your point. It's not just like, oh, you're stupid, blah, blah, blah. And I have fully enjoyed being a part of this whole symbiotic process of sharing information with you guys, and I have no regrets about starting this channel at all, and I'm so glad that you guys have chosen to subscribe and follow me for so long. I mean, who am I, you know? I'm not like Jenna Marbles or anybody who's like funny or whatever. But thank you, and Christmas time.
I don't wanna be alone for Christmas.